10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Yeah.
Radiant team pick. Second.
Behold the horn of madness.
Dire team pick.
Shadow demon.
Anti-mage.
Radiant team pick.
Lone druid.
Radiant team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
Dark Seer.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
The sack.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Juggernaut.
Dire team pick.
Weaver.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Vengeful spirit.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Tide Hunter.
Radiant team pick.
on.
VS, walking around with both sentries and observers. We've got Lone Druid heading down, just kind of with some basic consumables and stout shield. Nothing terribly surprising here. And it actually looks like it might be
30 seconds
actually
to go.
be a support juggernaut. I mean, Winter is playing it, and normally Winter plays Coddle every game without fail. So I'm not actually sure what this is. I'm really interested to see how they're going to lane it. And it does look like it is going to be the aggressive tri-lane with Weaver, Shadow Demon, and
Away we go.
the Strak. There we go. With the mid Tide Hunter doing his own bottle rush. Actually looks like no, they are rotating top, so they're just gonna leave the Weaver because it looks like it's actually an aggressive tri-lane up here with. Oh, this is sneaky. They're gonna put the Ion Shell on Winter, who's then gonna spin and have Ion Shell damage, and he's just gonna be absolutely insane. And they're just gonna put on so much pressure on this this anti-mage because he doesn't have tranquils yet. So, and at the same time, there's a VS stun and Ion Shell. Ooh, this is a lot of potential damage incoming. And look, he's just forced to run. Ooh, but the disruption goes off. Ooh, the stun just a tiny bit too early. Blink out, gonna be totally fine. But Juggernaut dropping pretty low in HP. And now it's going to be a tri-lane versus tri-lane, and to be perfectly honest, Trust has the much stronger tri-lane. It'll be interesting to see how this double Ion Shell with spin mechanic works. Spin gives you magic immunity, so I think it might actually remove it. So that'll be questionable, but at the same time you can just put it on a second creep. And they're just going to push this lane. And spin. No, it doesn't actually remove it. That is a ton of damage that's just coming out to these supports. And look, just this might even. Ooh, nice save. But I mean, he's gonna go down, and that's a first blood by a miracle. This is a really, really cheeky strat. I'm actually really liking this. And it's great against the very weak nature that is the anti-mage. All right, let's check on the other lanes real quick. I'm gonna go right back to that lane, but. Right now, it looks like, I'll bring up the last hits. Looks like pretty even in mid. Tide Hunter just a tad ahead. The ability to use Anchor Smash just edges him out in terms of damage. Ava playing the Weaver, doing okay against Lone Druid. I mean, nothing awful, nothing spectacular. So,
tower could use a little help.
Meanwhile, looks like. MUFC just backing off a tiny bit. This Darkseer, pretty damn rich, I'm not gonna lie. 800 gold at 2 minutes isn't bad by any extent of the imagination. They only managed to pull the rain. That is a sad sport. Yeah, I mean, that looks like after that very, very balls to the wall aggression start. Oh, and here we go again. Very balls to the wall. But this time, supports are in a little bit better position. They have more mana. They're just ready to do whatever they need to do. And miracles in them. That also, it's a pretty big deterrent. I mean, this is like a great strat, but one weakness that's already been found is that it costs so much mana. Ooh, and once again, just a tiny bit too. No, actually, I think that was just the fact that the spin came out too quickly. And now look, Juggernaut's he can do this like spin with Ion Shell, crazy damage per secondness. Actually, let's examine it. That's 50 damage a second in addition to the 100 damage a second, so it's 150 damage a second. So it's 1.5 times a group. So it's as if Disruption, max level Soul Catcher was on it. That's crazy. Imagine if it was a Soul Catcher too. Oh my goodness, that'd be insane. But the problem just seems to be that there's like not enough mana in this tri-lane. And so it's a great strat, but it's got a soul weakness already. In fact, there's mana cost. And a high one at that. You know, Tide actually looks to be doing extremely well against this Magnus. I mean, only 2 last hits behind, but we're going to do quite a bit of bottle crowing. Meanwhile, FC, getting a little bit of harassment from the Weaver. Nothing too major though. It does have sentries, so. Ooh, it even gets a root. This will be another free kill. And now, Lone Druid taking the lead in this lane by quite a margin. It's only 6 last hits, but at the same time, that's also 8 ton of gold that was just lost by the Weaver and given to the Lone Druid. Especially early on, you don't really want to be giving Lone Druid those kind of kills, but it's very hard to, because it's hard not to, because Entangle's so random. Meanwhile, just farming at the full camp. Being terribly wrong about that, just doing a little bit of work. Alright, the other lanes. Oh great, so both Tide Hunter and Magnus have managed to hit level 6. I mean, this has just turned out to be a splash lane. Both are going to get 6. Both actually have 6. It seems to be little no problems. Well, this top lane, the aggression is really scaled down. I don't think that's good enough for MUFC. They're just going to lose out an EXP, and his AM is just doing really well, considering there's an aggressive tri-lane against him. And most of the time if you see a Void or an AM who has like a really strong aggressive tri-lane, so if you take like a Lina and, I don't know, Lina Shadow Demon and like a Windrunner, for example, throw that against the anti-mage, he is going to get nothing at all. Something with triple range. But in this case, you have a double melee tri-lane. It's just not working out too well, but at the same time, LK might make himself a little bit too vulnerable. Oh my god, Winter, what are you doing? You're just taking way too much damage. And now, just managed to get taken off by the AM just by getting right-clicked to death. At the same time, Disruption comes out, and that's just an easy kill for the AM. Is that going to be a triple kill for the AM? Ooh, Ravage whiffs. That's really sad. But at the same time, ooh, it was almost a triple kill for the AM. He could have just gotten range, but I mean, could. That sucks. But life continues. Ooh, Mags. AM blinks down very far to the bottom. I have no idea where he is going. I guess he's doing the long trek over to the secret shop. And stealing the last hit. Sorry, meanwhile, Miracle actually gets picked off by this Leshrac, by the Shadow Demon Leshrac combination. Not both of them are so you don't have to worry about it for a little while, but at the same time, it's still another kill going their way. And now these supports looking really strong by the 7-minute mark. Both of them, almost level 6 actually, or both of them level 5. Shadow Demon was level 5. And AM was level 6, so that's really strong. And that's the smart thing to do, you just like as far away as possible. See, that's the thing, there's still just not a good enough lockdown to deal with this AM. Look at their lineup, other than RP and Entangle, both of which are completely random, they don't really have any lockdown besides the BS stun. Even then, that's I believe only 2 seconds. No, only 1.75 seconds at max rank. So really not the best lockdown in the entire world until there's some sort of hex that comes out. But even then, I don't know who's going to get a hex on this team. Yeah, Lubby, you're really dead. Ooh, actually, might be able to get the AM at the same time. Both the damage is doing so so much. Winter. Alright.
Let's do something about
TNK
that bottom tower.
just decided to not
The Dire
not
went
use
and
his
fortified their structures.
Super Smash move.
Dire's bottom tower.
Check out MUFC. It's just doing a great job, just kind of existing on the bottom lane. And doing a lot of damage to the tower in the process.
Dire's bottom tower got blown to bits.
See that? Actually, the last people leading last hits are the Lone Druid and the Magnus, both of which we're just doing
Dire's mid tower.
very solid job so far. Just kind of, I wouldn't say winning their lane, but Magnus being able to stay in his lane longer. Tidehunter's needed to come top twice now. In time for ganks, but I mean, only one time did it actually pay off in kills. Tidehunter, just trying to see what he can get. Looks like he's going to be building for an urn. Nothing wrong with that. I still think it's one of the best support items out there. There should pretty much always be an urn. I mean, if you're doing any sort of roaming or any sort of ganking, you should have an urn. It becomes a very, very cheap early game mech. Almost. It's about the mech cost, which is nice. So it looks like sports smoked up.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Haste.
Let's see what they're going to try and get done here. Looks like the Bears rotated middle
Dire's
along
top
with the
tower's
rest
getting beat
of
down.
rest of MUFC. So I'm gonna try and take this middle tower as quickly as possible.
Top tower, you know.
And they have Lone Druid with the Super Bear. So nothing wrong with that at all. Lightning, just gonna kind of push a little bit, put as much pressure on the bear as humanly possible. And I'm talking about the physical bear, not the Lone Druid. Not the Lone Druid, but the actual Spirit Bear. So you see, this is giving LK quite a bit of room up on the top line. Just I think is he still gonna go for a Battle Fury? I think it'd be probably a mistake. Oh, sorry. Meanwhile, 2 down. Juggernaut just being able to spin around. Ooh, Ravage goes off, but really not on anything in particular. VS goes down because of it, and FCFZ might actually go down. No, they don't really have enough. Once again, just not enough CC. But the Spirit Bear might go down. Should be really nice. Yeah, the Spirit Bear actually does go down. So little victory. So it's 1 for 2, and the Spirit Bear goes down. Not to mention Am gets a ton of room, and might even be going for this tower kill. Yeah, just forces
top tower's in bad shape.
forces the Magnus away.
No breaking
And
Radiant's
ooh, yeah, they're just gonna have to accept the deny. Winner, even though only level 5, is still pretty scary with the spin, and I believe the RP is still online. Oh, it's not. Just use the last fight. Meanwhile, TNK just gonna get harassed by the bear quite a bit, and Miracle and BS, along with Miracle and BS. But just manages to walk it off pretty fine because he's Tidehunter, and that's what he does. Meanwhile, Abba finding a lot of room on the bottom. I'm not sure what he's gonna go for, but considering he's got the Aquila Tranquils, and doesn't need the drums, I'm gonna guess. I wouldn't be too surprised to see Medallion come out, just to get the supportier kind of item. But going for the Lincolns is entirely possible, so I just doubt it. See, AM farming, it's farmed up 2100 now, so having a nice recovery after very, very rough early game. Already back up to 70 almost 70 creeps. Pretty much caught up with the Lone Druid, who's now spent a lot of time in mid, just kind of being there, which has been very questionable. I mean, I really do think he should be farming the bottom lane, but he's giving that to Mag. I believe so that he can. Yeah, he's very, very close to his Blink Dagger, so he's just letting Mag get the easy farm, so he can get 300. Or now the 200. So they can have their super insane initiation range of doom. Tide almost has his let's bring up the new fancy item menu. Ooh, I hear spinning. Oh, it's just uncreeps. Anything going on? Lucky Entanglement? Nope. Smoke out from the Shrek and from the Shadow Demon. If they're gonna get anything done here, I highly doubt it, but it'll still be interesting. Ooh, stun goes off. No, just stun doesn't go off. Just the lightning storm goes off. And the bear can do quite a bit of damage to that tower with the early level tower. Already hits for 150 pretty much, plus the extra 30%. Just tears apart the tower. It's pretty much like the tower didn't have armor, which is just crazy to think about. Or even this, like, under the effects of an AC at early levels. Just like the bear just doesn't even care. Pretty phenomenal. Alright. So. AM. Just gonna continue farming. Why is this Juggernaut so low? Oh. Yeah, I mean, this has just become a pretty passive farming game. And to be honest, I don't know who wins it. You've got a Juggernaut Lone Druid Mag against a Tide Hunter Weaver AM. I mean, Weaver and AM, both extremely good quick pushers, and very, very elusive and hard to kill in team fights. And Tide Hunter really, really good at turning around team fights, and completely just disengaging team fights. But at the same time, you have Omni Slash that is just fantastic. Another fantastic team fight disruptor. You've got Magnus, who... Okay, does anybody even need to explain how awesome RP is anymore? Ooh, meanwhile, Disruption up on the Lone Druid, gonna get Soul Catchered up. All the stuns have been blown, but still manages to do enough damage in time. Very well played by the two supports and the offlaner. Doing quite a good job taking down such a high value target. Now AM and Lone Druid actually have caught up in terms of last hits, but AM just a tad ahead in net worth. But this is the thing I was afraid of, is that not only did the Lone Druid seem like he's been having a nice time, but so has the Darkseer, who I believe was actually the person getting the last hits in the tri-lane, not the Juggernaut, as I had previously thought. And then the Magnus has actually been having a nice time too. Already has his Blink Dagger and another 500 gold to follow it up. And in 16 minutes, that's not bad at all. Meanwhile, the Tide Hunter is... Oh, sorry. Meanwhile, AM and Tide Hunter actually managed to get a nice kill. Tide still has still 1k off until he can manage to get his Blink Dagger, if he's even going to go for that. I mean, we've seen kind of a common trend in Tide Hunters is that they're going for more tankier items early on. The mech, the pipe, sometimes not even getting a blink at all, and just kind of meandering into the middle of a team fight, or after they get initiated upon, he pops it kind of out of the blue, not using Tide so much as the initiator, but as a counter initiator, which is really what they need him to do this game. You're not going to have Tide blink in and Ravage, and then follow up with a sweet AM ult like that. That just doesn't happen. They don't have anything really to follow it up with, so they're going to use him more for counter engagement. Meanwhile, Weaver's just going to go down. I believe, yes, complete overkill, but Omni Slash was used just to secure the kill. Nothing wrong with that. Sentry even dropped. But I mean, AM's just farming away. He's kind of pulling ahead. He's pulling ahead quite a bit from the Lone Druid. And this Tide Hunter's contesting at least with the Magnus and the Darkseer. But this Weaver needs to really get up some more farm. He's still only sitting at 3,600. Just hasn't been able to get anything really done this game. Meanwhile, Shadow Demon actually picks off the Lone Druid again. That's actually a huge, huge kill. Sorry I didn't catch it, but it looks like just the three supports just doing work. Meanwhile, Vengeful Spirit and Magnus, Darkseer, all just kind of pushing out. Darkseer, oh, excuse me, already has his mech. so it's actually really, really good for him. Just helps sustain pushes, helps sustain team fights, makes a good item, buy it every game. Cloak. Probably means he's going for pipe next. That'll help against the shock damage, the shadow poison spam, the Shikuchi, and also the ravage damage. Actually, we can see, look how I wouldn't even say defensive, but look how just like how much emphasis they're putting around this middle area. Mith Trust has 4 different wards that are looking over both rune spots. In case there's anybody like walking around this area spot, and also see if there's anyone gankable coming from the secret shop. I just think that's awesome, and Sakuchi makes it so that you can snipe, of course, really easily. Shh, they smoked up, and they're gonna walk right over a sentry. So yeah, there's no one there. I'm sorry to break it to you. They're all bottom trying to kill you. And yeah, looks like they're doing a pretty good job. Maelstrom up now on FCFC. So good item. Helps you farm, helps you do the damages, helps you be awesome and shoot lightning from a bear. Oh my god, how don't you want that? It's 20 minutes. Ams now has his Vlads, he has his Battle Fury, he has his Treads. It's actually turned into a really relatively farmed AM. He's like destroying the net worth right now, just managing to find clear and easy ways to farm. He's at 135 last hits at the 20-minute mark. That is extremely, extremely nice. And now they're gonna go ahead and take Roche. I mean, and look, there's the Dying of Courage. That's the casual bit booster that will probably not be built into anything. Maybe late game it'll be built into a heart if eventually you can get that kind of money. But I think right now he's mainly going to focus on probably, I don't know what other items you actually get on that hero. To be perfectly frank, I don't understand why he's picked so often, unless he's put in the very hard carry role. Interesting, that's cool now. So you can get like an early Radiance or something like that on him, so he becomes this awesome split pushing menace. So he becomes kind of like you play him like an AM, you play him like a Nature's Prophet, but this whole like setting him off lane is like sending a Clink's off lane in my mind. Except the peak of Weaver is like in the mid-late game, whereas the peak of Clink's is in the early mid game. So, but either way, you're delaying both. Like, you're making it so that he can't hit his peak faster or with any sort of efficiency by sending him in the off lane. Whereas Prophet's just good at every point in the game. Bounty Hunter's good at every point in the game after 6. Like, these things are just kind of self-evident. But anyways, that's gonna be nice, easy tower. AM's gonna get the last hit, which will put him closer to his Manta. He's only about... Come on now. 25, yeah, about 2,500 off. Now he's gonna get a double dragon Sam. So that'll be a nice influx of gold for him.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Meanwhile, Shadow Demon with a haste, missing like 800 times on that sentry. Ooh, here disruption go off. Where is it? Seriously, where is it? Oh, he was trying to Rambo in. Ooh, wait, did that actually work out? No, those are Radiant. Okay, I was gonna say. Holy crap, those solutions, man. But this, oh my god, this AM just doing absolute work right now. Like, okay, so he's got his Battle Fury, he's sitting on 3k gold. Look, he's about to get a nice easy kill out on the VS. Next up is probably gonna be, yep. Ooh, wow, a gem at True Sight. Okay, so that's a nice little 20-minute gem. That has now been passed on to the dire side off of the Juggernaut. And look, we already see a 12k net worth on this anti-mage. Like, I'm only leaving it on the net worth. Like, normally you put it on kill death or something like that. But at the same time, just watching this anti-mage's net worth rise, it's just been insane. He's only about 1k off from his Manta, I believe. 21 plus 21 plus 9. So yeah, about 1k off. just kind of casually hoarding around that amount of gold, and I believe buys up the Yasha. Oh no, he's going straight hard. Oh, I like this. He's just saying, screw you, you're never gonna kill me. And you know what? Bravo, good sir. That takes some balls to do. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. God. I mean, he's just kind of going this indestructible build. He doesn't need. Ooh, in the meanwhile, Lone Druid dies again. FC just getting picked off by this trio of delicious damage. I mean, the solo edict with the soul catcher and all the stuff. Like that's my expert analysis. Just, there's a lot of stuff going on to his face, and he doesn't like it. Anyway, anti-mage with is pretty much like, oh, that's crazy. AM with is pretty much hard done at 24 minutes. Just kind of tanking 2 towers at the same time and not caring. Saying to just walk around and just really hit whatever he wants to hit. This is his time to hit what he wants to hit, and Tidehunter being a jerk and stealing all the last hits. Anger Smash is a good ability.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
So in this case, MUFC, it's looking pretty rough for them. I mean, FCFC's just been getting caught up constantly. It looks like he's saving up for a Radiance too, which is just not his best bet right now. I mean, just buy a freaking Basher or Vlad's or something to give you a little bit more sustain, a little bit more impact in these early team fights, because you're just getting constantly picked off, and it's kind of sad to watch. Mainly because I love watching good Lone Druid play. And I can just say for a fact, and it is a Hyperstone. So either he's going for an, I hope he's going for an AC right now, because buying a Fulmio on here would be really funny, but not good. So most likely be the let's see guys right now. Oh, it is gonna be the Assault Cuirass. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage already has his full heart. He is never gonna die for the rest of the game. He's 203 last hits in 25 minutes. Not the best, but clearly not the worst considering the start. And almost doubling the Lone Druid's net worth. That is crazy. I don't even want to bring up the XP and gold grabs, but I'm going to. Okay, almost 10k worth of EXP. Only 5k worth of gold, but I think it's all in that AM. Like literally it is. Like if you notice that all the numbers are pretty much equal, except for this giant disparity. Anyways, enough about how silly AM is. Let's get back to how silly AM is. Is probably going to go for either an MKB or a Basher next. Since he's skipping the Manta, I'd like to see a Basher. Just for the added lockdown, and the fact that you can build into Abyssal, which is one of the highest, I believe, just the highest raw damage dealing item in the game. Other than Divine Reaper. Oh wow, and okay, you realize there's like 12 there. Decided to back off. So smart by him. I think he very reluctantly backed off. You can see he's just kind of pacing back and forth. Look at those creeps, man. I'd be a jerk. But still, does the right thing. Doesn't die. That's good. Dying's bad. And so Anti-Mage just continuing to farm up as Anti-Mages do. FCFC actually getting quite a bit of gold on him now. Up to about 2k. Which means he'll be able to purchase up a 2 parts of his Soul Cuirass, which means he'll still be about 1500 off, I believe. I can't remember if the recipe is 1300. It says 13. Alright. So yeah, you can afford like 2 bits of it now. So it's just the last bit. So it shouldn't take them long at all. I'd say about another 2-3 minutes, and he'll have it. If not faster. Because he didn't go Midas, but he is still missing a couple of last creeps, last hits because of the very random nature of Entangle. Anyways, and I'm just gonna kind of like say like, hey, these creeps are mine now. I want them in me. And it is going to be Yasha, so he's going to go back for the Manta. And, just the earlier heart means he gets the game faster. And I think he was in the mood for the gaming. Gaming good.
Haste.
I'm sorry, it's like 5 in the morning here, so I am relatively tired, so I'm sorry for the relatively poor content of this cast. However, I will be waking up tomorrow to try and see if I can cast the defense.
There goes Radiant's
Just the
bottom
finals tomorrow. I don't think I'll probably, most likely, I won't be able to get inside the Dota TV to do the casting. However, I will be able to just be, live while it's going on.
Mid towers get
At least I
backed
hope.
up.
Still, the 2-minute delay with the ticket isn't too bad, and if I get asked to have it
Radiant's
taken
gone
down,
fortified their structure.
but I still want to cast it, still want to watch it,
Radiant's
and it would
bottom
be
tower
fun.
has seen better days.
Tonight versus VP, don't miss it. Meanwhile, this game got Winter spinning around in circles, and just enjoying the view. I suppose. I mean, Mith at this point can really just siege every tower. There's not too much they can do because no matter what, AM is going to be split pushing and or farming, or just gaming and just saying screw it, I want the tower. Once again, I really like how LK has been playing this AM, just extremely aggressive and really fun to watch. I mean, you can go for the hard first, but you have a lot of more life to work with. Means you don't have to worry about dying nearly as much. You'd be like, alright, let's aggressively blink this time, even though like 90% of AMs would just like say, I don't want to. Which is how every AM player sounds. It's a fun fact. Anyways, just more and more farming going on. AM is literally 2k away from doubling the lone druid. Oh my goodness. This AM needs to calm down a little bit. Like, I understand you are the highest in all the realm, but at the same time, dude, you gotta give the underdog a bit of a chance. Get it, dog. I should have said under bear. Drats. That doesn't make sense. And that's a full Manta done on AM. So that's silly. Looks like we have a smoke gang. MUFC trying to get back in this game if they can. Running the same strat. And that Tide Hunter, yep, just gonna blink away. Gonna be perfectly fine. So he did end up going for the blink. Did he get the mech? Yeah, he got the mech first and the blink.
Radiant's top
So I do approve of this quite a bit. So AM actually might just get the T3. I mean, let's see. Get it. Looks like he left Drats. Anyways, meanwhile, Weaver managed to get a pick off the Darkseer. Just probably did a loop into the not fun zone. So Mith gonna go ahead and take out Roshan. Roshan the Kongor monster. Roshan the Baron of Kongor. And Anti-Mage now has a Aegis, so not only does he have a heart, not only does he have a Manta, and not only does he have a Vlad's to survive, he's got that little reassurance, a little Aegis game world. Just that little thing. FCFC meanwhile, farming up, actually does end up buying full Vlads instead of finishing the AC. Alright, I don't understand that choice, but I mean, it's just their own. I still think that the AC is better, just straight up. Especially early on. The earlier on you get it, the better, because the less armor heroes are going to have, just naturally. Regardless of their agility gain. Druid AM fight between the two teams. But it's gone far. Anyways, really nice Ravage. Just gonna completely isolate all of them, and completely disengages this fight that Mith should have lost much harder. Shrek doing the very smart thing of destroying the gem before he dies when he realized that at the same time Anti-Mage just took a T3. And actually their glyphs on cooldown, I don't think they can deal with this. I think they're just going to lose a Rax for a Shrek. Oh, and barely doesn't kill the what's-my-jigger in the process. Yeah, and look, he's just gonna like poke it to death. And look how little this hero cares. And he's still got Aegis, he doesn't care. Look, he's just gonna keep poking it, and life's okay. Now he's got 2 of them, and now he just moves away. And that was the fight. Congratulations, you've just been anti-maged. And he's gonna get screwed back again, but once again, he still has Aegis. Why are you caring? Meanwhile, Shadow Demon kills the top T3. Let's just check the goal. Yep. It's just kind of been a little bit out of control as of recently for Mith Trust. This anti-mage is doing a fantastic job of coming back into this game after being pretty much bullied out of lane constantly by excuse me, by the aggressive Charlie. Let's gear back again. This time, meant to split out, just drains the mana of literally everyone. Just to say, alright, you get no mana, you know mana. So have fun back at well, I'm gonna push your range Rax now. It's pushing in naturally. Actually, it looks like they're gonna go ahead and take the T3 tower. Here, just like kind of playing a little bit. Alright, so I think after this game, I'll call it a night, and then I'll cast the VODs, or I'll catch the replays. It's just really early in the morning here, but at the same time, I want to see how these games turn out. It just looks like MUFC recently just have not looked nearly as good as they used to. And by used to, I mean like a couple months ago, he got knocked out by Rattlesnake from the G1 League, I believe. But Rattlesnake also knocked out Orange. Oh, sorry, spoilers. But ooh, I am really sorry about that. Oh, big RP on the Shadow Demon and the Lishrak into the skewer back into the wall. Manages to take out 2 with that. Tidehunter going to go down, most likely to this Juggernaut. Actually, can get turned around upon. Blink Dagger in, actually he's probably going to die to that Swarm. Yeah, actually dies to the Swarm. Meanwhile, AM goes down for the first time, still has a second life though. And Lone Brute is actually still just alive. And they're just going to take the T3. Or, no, more importantly, they're going to take the Rax. Alright, that's much more smart. So they have both top and bottom Rax. Personally, I prefer this method much more because it makes it so there's much more of a distance you have to run instead of just going like this. So it's like the tangent of a triangle is farther than cosine or the sine or some shit like that. I did not have the most fun geometry. Anyways. MUFC, now 2 racks down. It's going to be extraordinarily hard, if not impossible, to come back from this kind of situation. Still have the awesome team fight of Doom that comes from Darks here. But that's also Dead Lone Druid, so that's all their carry potential just down the drain. And CFC does end up calling the GG. And, I mean, that'll be that. Look at the XP, I mean, almost 20k XP, almost 20k gold. Pretty much expected. And check the item. Check the very cool item button. You just see, even Weaver managed to pick up not only crits but also Manta after that. Anyways, so just really well played overall by Mith. Mith Trust. MUFC had a really cool tri-lane strat, but it just ended up having a couple of little unforeseen consequences or falters. But still, really cool game. So that's it for tonight for me. It's, I believe, 5 in the morning, and I have to wake up tomorrow. Or later today, but whatever. Anyways, expect I'll be uploading these VODs my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ditone. just as soon as they're done rendering. And then tomorrow you'll probably see not only the rest of these games, but also the rest of the GEST challenge, in addition to the defense 3 final. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to try and see if I can cast some of the DreamHack invitation stuff. I also will be traveling on Sunday, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to cast at all, but Monday I will be back to casting again. Anyways, make sure to follow my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/xcsdota. Then follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Ditone. And also just the YouTube, or the YouTube again, youtube.com/DitoneDota. Anyways, that's all for me tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful day.